These are more messages from Skip and Zoxim. Right, this is what they call themselves. And Zoxim just keeps writing to me and keeps writing to me. Yeah. So this one's from Skip. It's really none of your business. It's really none of your business. But I certainly am just totally overwhelmed by everything that's happening to me. I did not anticipate being treated really quite as viciously at this stage of my housing situation as I was. So we'll see. I don't know. I may not be able to. I will probably have to go to court to ask for an extension. But certainly, I feel like I'm trying to have some structure and trying to get some support, at least to deal with my feelings, is better than just kind of being up all night and just doing whatever I can think of trying to make myself feel better. I mean, if all you're ever doing is trying to make yourself feel better, and all of your energy is being put towards trying to make yourself feel better, because what you're dealing with is too overwhelming for you. It's you're not really. It's you can have more like actual hours where you're not that don't like actually are not actually scheduled hours, but you may not even get as much done as you otherwise would. So that's my thought about it. But I never expected to get the voucher in the first place. I never like when it was all kind of a surprise, and I knew there would be a price I'd have to pay. I knew that just like getting a voucher and the way people treat you when you have welfare can be. I knew there were going to be problems. I hoped there wouldn't be, but I thought there probably would be, and there were. And the entire thing couldn't have been more sickeningly wrong. But I'm looking. I send people emails. I try to find out what I'm able to find out. I'm doing what I'm able to do, the way I have done the entire time. Oh yeah, you couldn't be less hilarious. I think you're disgusting, and I want you to leave me alone. Look at this. What does he says? Look at this. This is the email that with which he's sending me this message. Look at that. You got to be kidding me. No, I don't think you're funny. I want you to leave me alone. No, and this isn't funny either. You trying to say that it's funny doesn't mean that it's funny. Right, and here's Zoxim. Here's Zoxim, right? I mean, it's just the same stuff over and over and over again. This was his response to the blog post that I published yesterday about doing a partial hospitalization program to deal with my stress. I mean, he is this is his tactic, I guess, for trying to get publicity. I suppose maybe the idea that he had is that he would actually be able somehow to control my life. To be perfectly honest with you, I am not getting the feeling that whatever the conversation was that he had with the police in Braintree the other night was a conversation that discouraged him from continuing to stalk me. That is not the feeling that I got, and that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I mean, but of course there are police officers who are conglomerate supporters, and today I wasn't sure if I was being gang stalked by police officers or they were trying to protect me. I kind of couldn't tell. I couldn't quite tell in Braintree. I couldn't quite tell in Boston. I just kind of wasn't sure. But but the fact is that when you know that someone is telling the truth, it is extremely unethical to say that they're delusional. I mean, that is just the way it is. This person is a serious and pathological liar. He really truly is. And why anybody would respond to him positively, I honestly don't know. And as far as I didn't want to talk about this. He tried to fight. He found some very obscure letter, which he tried to use to prove that there are not regulations about how you're supposed to use caution cones. And I thought about it some more after I sort of like last night I started thinking about it. I was thinking about it a little bit more today. I was like, okay, well, I think I pretty much said what there was to say about that letter, and I think I appropriately dismissed it as having just being total nonsense from him. But I think if I'm going to talk about it more specifically, I mean, as far as the letter is concerned, that letter was written in 2004. And I think when you read a letter like that, what you have to think about is they're already operating with the understanding that there are ways and reasons to use the caution cones, right? And so within the context of how you're supposed to use them and other types of signs, there's not going to be necessarily a specific law for this, a specific law for that, but they are supposed to be used, only to alert people to physical hazards. Or I suppose in the case of like caution codes. Maybe you can use them for a blockade if you need them, or to like map out a particular area like in a parking lot where you don't want people parking for a while. But they're not which certainly nobody in 2004 could have anticipated that they would start getting used the way that they are, and totally and absolutely abused. And you're not supposed to use them to hurt people. I mean, to just put them out on the sidewalk, to say women are inferior beings and it's okay to have sex with kids, is like, I mean, it's like really what all those signs, the way those signs are being used now really is a declaration of, something dangerous. The signs themselves are, and the fact that people are allowed to misuse them the way that they are is like a big sign in itself saying danger. People around this sign are not necessarily going to help you when you ought to have help. You need to make sure you are you know exactly what your kid is doing at all times, and if you're a woman, you need to be particularly careful. Isn't that awful? That's not at all what they're supposed to mean, but that is what it does mean. Give me a break. Look at this. He's just a total liar. He is a total liar. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this liar. He's such a total liar. The thing is, he's not the only one. He's just more or less the only one who has shown up, week after week after week, saying all these things, right? I mean, he's very, very aggressive about it. And I've said, I mean, the reason that I publish his messages is to just, try to I'm trying to think of a way to say it. That's, I think of all these ways to say it. Drawing out poison. I don't want to use necessarily the word exposure, because even Zoxim would not deserve to be videotaped in the shower, right? But he did. I guess he got impatient, and thought perhaps I had, designated this email already as spam, or he just wanted to make sure I got the message, because he created yet another email address to send me the same thing, and I hadn't even looked at the messages people had sent me. Look, he is. I guess the thing is that other women are going to get treated this way. I'm sure lots of other women are already getting treated this way. Men are lying to them, lying about them, saying that they're crazy, abusing them, laughing in their faces, and there are probably police, helping those people, helping men to abuse women everywhere. Right, I am something of an extreme case, but at the same time, it's not like I have let someone into my life in an intimate way to treat me like this. A lot of women, I think it's probably already happened to them with intimate partners. It must be so awful.